Sheikh, you seem to approach this with a sense that these bandits are victims. Exactly why? And what are their demands really? What do they really want? Because in spite of your negotiations, attacks continue.
Attacks have lessened. It's just one case you have of the Kagara boys. Without it, there is a drastic change. We have seen absolute drastic change in Zamfara, in Sokoto State, where negotiations are going. So you don't take sporadic cases and just, what do you call it, explode it. Even the Maiduguri incident here I don't think it's a big threat because the military has surrounded the town. There is no more continuous bombardment. It's just sporadic attacks. Shouldn't frighten people. I think the military should be on top of the situation. But yet, negotiations are very useful in seeing that we get these boys or youth to get sense into their head and just admonish them and show them the fear of God. And it also works.
Okay, so in terms of what they want, what exactly did they say to you will make them surrender their weapons? Because no matter how you look at it, they're criminals.
You see, you are emphasizing on criminality. I don't know who, even the press are criminals too, because they are putting fire into, they're putting oil into fire. These people are listening to you. You see, don't address them as criminals if you want them to succumb. Youths are ready to put down their weapons. Now they're hearing you are calling them criminals. How do you want them to cooperate? So you have to show them they are Nigerians and that they should not hurt children and that they should be law-abiding, they should be good. This is the language we want to hear the press to assist us in getting the voice. You see, when we talk with them with a nice wordings, they are ready to put their weapons down. They are ready to listen to us. Well, you see, when the language is about criminality, about kill them, about jail them, then this is what we end up having. And you can see even the Niger Delta people have already started coming out too to threaten the nation. So it's a worldwide, it's a national-wide problem we have with the youth taking weapons because it gives them a false sense of authority and importance. But if you show them, look, you are part of the society, you are part of the nation, please don't injure us. Let's work out, let's listen to them. What do you really actually want? You will find that you are getting results. But that language of criminality, I think, should be struck out temporarily from the...
Sheik Gumi, let me come back to this question. Anybody who picks up arms and goes around shooting and killing people, kidnapping and demanding ransom in some cases, raping women in different communities, that is an act of a criminal. Do you believe, as an upstanding Nigerian, that anybody that does this is a criminal, first and foremost? Do you believe that?
Criminal, but let me show you one thing. I don't wish for you anything, but you yourself now, if you are stopped by armed robbers on the road, this word criminals, you will not use it on them. You will not use it on them. Tell them good things and obey their instructions so that you save yourself. We are trying to save the nation from this youth that has a false sense of authority when they see they are holding guns. How do we get and catch the guns from them? The language we use is very important.
So what you're saying is that we should not call a spade a spade. You have been saying that these bandits, well, you say we should not call them bandits, or we shouldn't call them criminals, that Nigerian government should negotiate with all criminals all over the country in order to have peace. Are you saying we should also negotiate with armed robbers, with rapists, with other kidnappers, whether they are from any tribe, whether they are Igbo, Yoruba, Nupe, and what have you? Is that what you're saying, Sheikh?
Yes, you see, let me tell you something. If an armed robber stops somebody, this same victim is the first person that negotiates with the armed robber. So if the victim himself is ready to negotiate with the armed robber, what more of somebody who is not the victim? What we are saying, you don't put it in such a bad language. What we mean, we have a problem now. There are proliferations of arms, and there are drugs, and there is almost a semi-illiterate population. So how do you do it? By castigating them and abusing them in the media? They don't. You see, you're even talking to yourself. They don't even listen to you, maybe. So the best thing for us is the clergy, the respected people, elderly, try to get and reach them. Put sense into their head. When you go and meet them, you'll see they will lower their head. They will listen. They'll start giving excuses. When they start giving excuses, accept their excuse, but show them the way out. We are trying to nurture them out from this criminality. into to being good citizens. It's not by just castigating them, and because we have, you see, you have the power and instrument of media, and you should use it properly. That we bring people together and not try to spread things that divide people. This youth, I'm telling you, they need somebody to bring them close, to show them what you call it, a kind of soft side.
200 people have been unalived in Nigeria during the Christmas break, and they blame my people, Fulani people, for it. This is my statement. Fulani people, you don't know yourself. You are ignorant of who you are, and you're ignorant of your history, which is why you do the wrong thing at the wrong time. You are not from Nigeria. Why are you creating problems with Nigerian people? You are not from Ghana. You are not from Cameroon. Ya Pullo, Felatiin. You are descendants of Umayyad conquerors. You are the Moors that invaded Spain. Your nature is to want to spread Islam, but you cannot spread Islam in certain areas in certain time periods. If you do it, it will be by force and it's not going to work. As nomadic people, the future is not to keep on going more and more south into the lands that your ancestors called the Sudan and invade farmers' land. The future of the nomads is to take back the north, which is your ancestral lands as Fulani people.
This very occasion is organized on behalf of my association, because whenever you mention of either Mieti Allah or Fulani, one thinks of one form of criminality or the other, either kidnapping, banditry, cattle rustling, or whatever. So I stand here before you today as the National President of Mieti Allah Cattle Breeder Association, an association that was established in 1986, an association that has His Eminence the Sultan of Sokoto as the Chairman Board of Trustee, and four other respected northern traditional rulers, the Emir of Kano, Zazzau, Kazana, and Lamid of Adama, and the other Board of Trustee members. It's a peaceful association, and our members are peaceful.
What I find amusing, however, is the fact that most Nigerians these days, rather than condemn the criminal activities entirely, resort to ethnic colorations of the crime. So, every Fulani herdsman is a kidnapper, every Borno man is Boko Haram, every Chinedu is a drug peddler, and every Bayo is a ritual killer. Things now look like everyone has his or her own favorite criminal. A case of my own criminal isn't as bad as yours, irrespective of who or where it is committed, rather than resorting to ethnic colorization of crimes. I rest my case.
And so you should, because, no, for real, I mean, I see that a lot, you know, every time somebody says somebody has done this and it's not right, somebody must come with their counter argument of, but when so-and-so did it, what were you saying? How do we move forward from there? We can't move forward.
Welcome back, my people. So today we talk about all these Fulani herdsmen that some people are coming out to say, okay, they are not criminal. Now understand, say, okay, this country they win, they go now. Like even some houses now, they pursue Fulani people from their land, and these people will be say them they talk about all these things. Now maybe now them they send all these Fulani people, they come destroy people things. We not just understand. So even these people will be say, now they see from my screen, especially this my website. Now they see from my screen. I don't hear the part of the story. I don't hear waiting in first start to the talk. But me, I go like make you listen to what you want to talk, because this clip where they show una, so this video where they show is una, so I waiting talk like for the past 2 years. Now me, I they show una for you, but it gets some things where they say I won't make you now. Where they say now they listening to me, make una like understand for here, because all this way we say okay they talk that time, they come to pass now, because this man I don't know whether not them they send all these people like they come destroy people's stuff or something like that. So and I don't say okay normally when we were talking about Fulani people that are criminal, then nobody listening, and then this man like came out to say Fulani people like Fulani herdsmen are not criminal. Even say when I don't hear the first part of what they talk, like I don't hear what they talk about say okay the way this country like they do their stuff, like if they see any Igbo they say this one, they do this one, they see any Yoruba they say Yoruba is this one, if they see any Hausa they say outside they do this one. So all these things we see they go on, like all these people we don't talk them they don't talk and say make nobody call any Fulani herdsmen a criminal, you understand? So these people now, like, although you will see the now, I would like make you calm down, listen to what these people are going to say in this video. And if this is your first time here, please kindly listen to this video, watch our video to the end, and make sure you don't subscribe to our channel so that anytime we say we drop any update here, now you will be the first person we say you go see. And thank you.
We have to take each, situation and deal with it as it's presented. Yeah, we can't continuously, because if we continue to make excuses on party lines or on religious lines or on ethnic tribal lines, ethnic lines, then we will never move forward, because all we're saying is that, okay, it's kind of like what the politicians have done to our minds now. They've made us, we've now gone to a place where we think they're all crooks, right? Or at least that's the impression most people have of them.
That's what I believe.
Yeah, let me just, I'm treading carefully.
I know you're trying to be nice, but...
Yeah, exactly. And so it's almost like, you're calling me a thief? Well, you're a thief. So, where are we going to go? We're just going to be going back and forth. So I'm very happy you addressed this, because I think it's about time we stop doing, somebody says Buhari did this, somebody say, GJ did this, somebody say Obasanjo did. Okay, when will it stop?
Is that what you're saying?
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
So my point is, when will it stop? And how do we move forward?
If you recall, after the 9/11 incidents in the US, there's this Islamic, I think that's when this Islamic phobia came about. And since then, it was so successful that people are now, taking a leaf from.
Oh, Islamization is two different things. Which one do you mean? Islamization or Islamophobia?
Using words that would probably
inciting,
using words that incite grouping, and this group, you just group a whole group. So imagine Fulani herdsmen. What happened to
herdsmen or criminals?
No, I think
even herdsmen who kill.
No, you see, the thing is, the way I see it is that you have to call something what it is. And maybe the PR has been badly handled by government, security agencies, everybody. We have to talk to the president, the IG, all of them. The truth of the matter is that it is important to know who's committing a crime. So, for instance, if a crime is committed in Benin by Fulani herdsmen, we have to say it. Why? Because it shows us that the movement, that migration thing, they've reached Benin. Now, if a ritual killer from Yoruba land, I don't know where, is that what they're known for?
What about Benin land?
Benin.
I'm waiting for you to finish. You're not happy.
So anyway, okay, let me take it. Okay, let me go. I think Seidu might have meant Benin. So anyway, so if our people from Benin have found themselves operating in Fulani land and they are caught and they're doing it and they say these Benin winch have come. I think it's good to know that it's Benin, because otherwise you don't know where you're. No, hang on, no.
Let me add to what you guys said, because I agree.
And when she's a wench,
let me tell you something.
And when she's a wench,
no.
Let me come back with you.
Because if my people in Ogwashuku are known for doing something and they export,
everyone knows about Ogwashuku.
Oh yeah, so they should do it.
Yeah, but
hang on, no, Ireti, if we do things outside our land, and it's us, it's important to say it's us. Otherwise, you're not going to solve that problem. Okay. If you keep saying,
I want Chuka,
you can tackle
where you are sure.
Chuka, wait, let me just buttress more.
Yeah.
I'm sort of agreeing with that in a sense, because I will say quickly to dismiss it, because I don't entirely agree with it. So like, I was listening to a program on the radio and they were talking about human trafficking, and they were very careful to say you mustn't say where, you mustn't mention, because that's what they do, they put it out there. Let me land. You mustn't mention that, because and I sympathize, but I still felt, wait now, I sympathize, because I still felt, I want to know, because they said, what they argued that they have noticed that there is a preponderance of a group of people that when they do the human trafficking, they tend to bring in their brothers and sisters, so it forms a ring. So usually you find that there's a massive
like maybe 90-something% of people who are doing human trafficking are from a particular place, but they didn't want to mention that place. Now, the reason they gave for not wanting to mention is that people get sidetracked and start focusing on the fact that they're from that place, and rather than the problem of human trafficking. So to that extent, I sympathize, but I did want to know, because I felt that if you identify the problem, then you can localize the solution. However, the reason I part ways with you is that the way
they can't go to Benin.
No, the reason I part ways with you is that generally in Nigeria, we are still at that stage where we want to use it as an excuse to say, oh, it's not my problem and it's that person. And so rather than solving the problem, you get into this mindset where you're busy pointing fingers, oh, this person, these people. Because I've heard people, honestly speaking, I've heard people say that because wait now, Chika, let me land the point. Because people will always use it like that. They'll say, oh, it's all the problems are from the north, let them go their way and leave us alone. Because they think that they don't have problems of their own.
Public relations, public perception. Government has mishandled it to the point where we are...
Even without government, Chika.
No.
You can't blame everything on government.
I blame this on them.
Isn't it interesting now that suddenly, the kidnappings and robberies on the highways now suddenly have become Fulani.
That's wrong.
That's why I want
That's wrong.
We always had this before now.
We've always had
but suddenly everybody now
gotten quite terribly
Fulani.
So
the same thing with the way Nigerians have been tagged abroad. Nigerians 419 this, Nigerian this. And you now find that some of those people are not really Nigerians, but it's just so easy to tag them as Nigerians because we have accepted that tag, and we have to be careful.
No, it's not because we don't do it.
No, it's because we're.
Do you understand? Because one individual has committed a crime, you don't class a whole group because there's a danger in it. Look, today it is.
Start lacking objectivity.
It's very easy for you. I keep referring to this Islamic this.
Time will run out.
I get scared sometimes when I see bearded people sitting beside me. As a Muslim, I begin, because it's a story that's been told, and you begin to believe it. So we have to be very careful how we
public relations
stigmatize.
Well, I think it's a bit of everything, and public media. Gosh, what to do? It's what you're talking about is actually called demonization, and demonization is messaging. So even though you're a Muslim, even though I was born in a Muslim family, but I don't define myself by a religion, even though I've been to a Catholic church before, but I don't like wearing rosary on my neck, not to count it, kind of thing, even though I've been to Igbo land before and everything. The fact is, when a group of people have been told constantly, they're telling people, these are the people, even if 95% of them, a bit like where black boys have been demonized in the UK. And I think I shared my experience with you. The way black boys have been demonized in the UK, and I realized that, oh my God, a black boy is next to me, and I was scared to talk to him. He's my son, this is my child now, this is the equivalent of my child, how can I be scared to talk to him?
His dream.
And I had to psych myself. And I had this conversation, so it's not every time we argue, there are conversations that happen. We had this conversation, so it's what you're saying about how can a Muslim be afraid of a Muslim? How can a Christian be afraid of a Muslim? How can a Muslim and Christian that have lived together as neighbors be afraid? Because we keep getting to, right now we all gotta be afraid of Fulani. If it's Fulani is a herdsman, don't mind the Fulani that's a technology somebody. Oh, they don't exist. He must have, if he has cows, he's got machete. He's going to kill you and all of that stuff. So yes, we have to be careful. But I do agree in the sense that you have to be honest with the problem in order to tackle it properly. But
I agree
of this and
also with Chika about the government didn't handle that, because
they never did.
They left this thing went on every time. We're just hearing Fulani herdsmen. They left. It's only recently that they decided to force people to call it bandits. And it's too late by then,
Over 30 years this issue has been going on. And nobody, successive governments have continued to ignore it. And still we haven't discussed the basis of that issue.
So, exposing falsehood has a way of simplifying things. Ekene sets out straightforward stalls after the break.
If Nnamdi Kanu is released, they will form their own country. If the federal government eventually releases Nnamdi Kanu, that they will break up from Nigeria and form their own country. Let's get it.
Fulani?
Yes.
This is very laughable. Welcome. We welcome it. Fulani is going to break out from Nigeria. The troublemakers, the nuisance we have in this country are the Fulanis. People that are grazing people's farmland, threatening to break up from Nigeria. They are of no values. These are political thieves, crooks we have in Nigerian politics. The people that put Nigeria in this kind of distress, crisis, are the Fulanis. So that if they release it now, they can Fulani, they should plan it very well. They should start to release, they should start to reintegrate, that is disintegrate themselves now. Because now the Kanu must come out. Oh, very, very hilarious that if they release it now, the Kanu, they will break out from Nigeria. We don't value Fulani. Fulani is not doing us any good in Nigeria. Okay, are you still eating beef? I don't eat cow meat, beef. What we should be eating is mutton, chicken, pork, fish, and so on and so forth. Fulani man can only give you a cow. I think I begin now to understand actually that the Hausas are no mumu. The mumu among them are the Fulani. Fulani man is saying that if they release in the Kanu, they will break away from Nigeria. And so on and so forth. Who is after Fulani? Who is romancing Fulani? Of what importance are the Fulanis to Nigeria? They are nomads. They are warlike people, yet they are not warriors. They amount to nothing. The Fulanis are parasites in Nigeria. They will break away and go back to Futajolo Island, Senegambia, because Nigerian land does not belong to them.
Does not belong to them.
The original owner of the land where the Fulani current settlement, that's not, are the houses. No, they should begin to disintegrate, to break away. They should sit away from Nigeria. Oh, a very long journey to Futajolo Highland. They will pass through Burkina Faso towards Mali. From Mali, they go a bit northwest before they could connect Gambia and Senegal, bordering Nouakchott, that is Mauritania. We don't need them here. Fulani to break away, and I want to tell you that on getting to Zambia and Senegal, they will have no land to settle. They are displaced people, nomads. They live nomadic life. They go from place to place, fighting people. Any community Fulani settle, they will target the community head and kill him and take over their land. Who is bothered if Fulani breaks away? Nobody. Because they are constituting nuisance in Nigeria. They are 100% parasites we have here. Do they have any natural endowment or resources they could give, offer? Fulani has only animals.
Livestock.
Okay, they have animals. That's livestock. Chicken, goat, cow. That one, is it? That one, an investment. So the whole world is advancing into science and technology advancement. And the Fulani is advancing in rearing cattle, goats, zomo, that's rabbit, guinea fowl, guinea pig. Okay, that one are natural resources. Oh, I have seen the most shameless tribe in Africa. If you ask me the most shameless tribe in Africa, I will point at Fulani that they are breaking away from Nigeria if they release Nnamdi Kanu. Jesus Christ. Who? Now, that's what Fulani is saying. Look at these people. Oh. They should go so that our farmers will return to farmland. Okay? Fulani must go. That word, that statement, they should not retrieve it back. They must go. Nigeria is thrown into famine. Food drought. Food drought. No food again because of Fulani. War everywhere. There is no peace in Nigeria again because of Fulani. Soldiers are killing people, innocent people. Soldiers are doing so. Soldiers from Fulani extraction. Nigeria is flowing with blood. In the north, blood. South, blood. West, blood. Mid-belt, blood. It's because of Fulani. So Fulani is threatening Nigeria that they are going to break away from Nigeria. If they release Nnamdi Kanu, I'll tell you that Nnamdi Kanu is already now. He's already released. It's out already. Those people are very deaf. Oh, they are not listening to what is going on. That Nnamdi Kanu was freed by a pay cut since last year. Fulani is threatening to break away. They should break away now, of course. We have Igbo cow in southeastern Nigeria. We can still import cows from Argentina, Brazil, and the rest of the Southern American countries. Even from Holland. Milk from Holland. Fulani is constituting nuisance in Nigeria. The reason why we are thrown into this kind of blind regime administration is because of Fulani man. Buhari, Malami, Mahmoud Mohammed, Confucianists. troublemakers we have in Africa. They are bloody tribe, bloodiest tribe in West Africa. What are you telling me? Fulani breaks away. What happened?
But they have influence in Nigeria.
Oh God, they have influence in the sense that the people that they deceived are the Hausa and the Yorubas. They don't have influence in the southeastern Nigeria. They deceive Yoruba, they deceive Hausa. Immediately they come to the north, the mountain, the Hausas. They start putting down Emirates wherever they conquer people in the north. Emirates and the Caliphate all over the north. They are the Fulanis. Religious bigots. See, let me tell you, we are not like that. Fulani man can never mount himself on Igbo man. It is a lie. They know the brain-drained people they are mounting on. They can deceive such people. They can't deceive us. I'm an Igbo man.
They should find another place they will go and conquer. But these Fulanis would not listen because Islam moves them to wanting to take things by force. This is not the right place. This is not the right time. This is not the right religion to spread in Nigeria, to spread in the south. I'm not even talking about the north. The Hausas can deal with, they can deal with whatever that is happening with the Fulanis because they were there, their eyes opened. They saw this guy invade their territory, kill their leaders, and install emirs. It is the south that use its resources to take care of Nigeria. It is the resources that come from the south that we use to take care of the whole country. We send our soldiers. We use money, revenue gotten from the south to fund the military, to go and fight endless wars. What is the concern of Chibike and Tunde going to lose their lives in the north, knowing that the northern elites are very much aware of the atrocities that these guys are committing, and they secretly are supporting them because they believe that Sharia should be spread all over Nigeria? Look at what just happened in the southwest, and people think that these people have come to play. My brother, if you don't push back this narrative of the Fulani, they have not come to play. Forget all this online thing. Even when you say anything online, back it up with actions. I traveled to my village. I was hoping to see any footprint of the Fulani in my village, but I was shocked. I was shocked that I couldn't see any Fulani. I went into the forest. I went deep into the forest to see whether I would see. I asked questions. I was asking questions left, right, center to confirm whether there's any influence of Fulani in my village. You see, we must push these people back.